Hey guys, JB, Andy Bennett here for Happy Half Hour number 5, Cinco, Sank, however you want to say it. And I got some fun stuff to share with you, brought to you again by Intox-Detox, which is all natural science-based hangover remedy products. A couple of them that we have is our original formula, Happier Hours. This is take before, during, after you drink to protect your liver and help not feel so terrible the next morning. This product is new. It's called Better Tomorrows. This product is a standalone. You can take this before and after, but it's specifically formulated with anti-inflammatories to help you rest and recover more completely after a night of drinks. So this one I recommend taking before bed. Now, if you just want to get one product, get this one. It's better. That's why it costs a little more, but you take it before, during your drinking, and after. And if ever, like, let's say you have way too many drinks, and like the Intox-Detox, look, it's science, it's not magic. So you're never going to wake up feeling necessarily perfect if you overdid it. So what you can do is you wake up, you pop another serving of this, have some coffee, take another serving every 3 or 4 hours until you feel right as rain, which eventually you will. Your body will catch up. You can literally boost your liver enzymes to help your body catch up. This product is the Cure. A lot of people are confused about what this is. It's a cocktail additive. So you actually scoop it right into your cocktail. This I'm having here is a delicious, virtually sugar-free Pina Colada, which is hard to do. I make sugar-free simple syrup with Truvia, stevia-based sweetener, and this Cure stuff, and then I put it right into my drinks. So I know if I dose myself the right way, I don't have to take any of the pills. I just drink my drink and I'm good to go. I'm actually taking it a little easy tonight. Had a few too many last night with a friend, and I need to kind of take it easy. But so I'm probably just gonna have one sip on 1 or 2 drinks here. But always wanted to share a drink with you guys, and that's why we're doing Happy Half Hours, is so that we can hang out, virtually during COVID times. The fly just landed on me. Who do you think I am? Mike Pence? It's like flies landing on me. Anyway, but getting together virtually, since we can't really hit the bars these days, a lot of places, it's still not opened up. So, we're kind of pending normal life when that all comes back together. I don't want to talk about that. That gets a slippery slope into politics and all that stuff. I don't want to go there. I got some fun stuff to talk about. I'm going to have a couple sips of this delicious drink. Oh, and I am going to share the recipe in the comments for anybody that wants to make this Pina Colada. It's as healthy as you can make it. It's pretty low sugar. It does have frozen pineapple, which naturally contains sugar. Also naturally contains bromelain, pineapple, which is an anti-inflammatory. So help fight the inflammation of alcohol. And then the Cure part helps protect your liver and get your liver enzymes working super fast so you can break down all the toxins from the rum and get them out of your system faster. That will help you to feel better the next day. I'm also super psyched about the other new product we have coming, which is the chocolate, Intox-Detox chocolate. That's going to be coming due in about a month, like mid-November. It's crazy to think. It's been a project in the running for a while. I'm working with a lady named Red, who's a really nice lady. She owns a company called Antidote Chocolate. They're kind of a big deal. They sell, I've seen them in Wegmans, I think Whole Foods. They're in a lot of stores. I'm hoping we're going to push the product into the stores, but definitely if you want to scoop some up, we're going to start pre-sales pretty soon, and you want to hit the website and scoop some up fast because it is a small batch. We're trying it out. We're seeing if people like it. I tasted the samples. They're delicious. Basically, the idea is you eat a square of chocolate for every drink you're going to have. Maybe you're just going to have 1 or 2 drinks. So you're dosing yourself, and it's the same blend that's in our Happier Hours product. So the same original formula that many of us know and love and have taken is right in the chocolate. So I'm really excited about that. It's a great partnership because we're bringing like real functional doses of our herbs that are actually going to do something in your body. It's not just a gimmick. So we're really excited about that. It is going to be a pretty expensive chocolate bar, I'll warn you, but it'll be worth it because it's delicious. It does the job. And you don't have to take any pills. You just pop a couple squares of chocolate here and there. So good times there. Let me go ahead and share this recipe so I don't forget, because sometimes I forget. So I'm just going to grab the whole stinking thing off of my website. I should just share the website too, but I'm going to pop it here into this comment area, and it looks like it's all jacked up and not spaced properly, but that's all right. You can just cut and paste that and use it as you see fit. And wow, I just blew up my my chat. So wow, it's like covered my whole face. Anyway, so that's the recipe. I'll share the link too. That way, since that didn't come out so hot, you can get a chance to go pick up that recipe and get it done. All right, so that's the drink that I'm having. I got a toast for you. The guest today, by the way, is, what is this guy's name? AB. It's me. I'm the guest. So I'm trying to do this weekly. I want to make it just like a habit of getting on here, hanging out with the customers and people, talking, developing content, just consistently being on and around and talking about the product and just having fun, really, because life is about fun. So yeah, no guests this time. I do have some really exciting guests coming up that I'm excited about. I'll give some more information. I got Jerry the Pirate on Monday, who's my good buddy down in Florida. The guy is a pirate. I mean, that's pretty badass, right? So we'll be drinking an interesting drink called the Green Isaac, which is a Hemingway favorite. So it's a really cool drink recipe. It's gin and coconut water and some other stuff. And I tried it out, and that's how I ended up having a couple of drinks yesterday. Is I tried it out a little, for business reasons. And so I think Jerry's going to love it. And, you don't usually think of pirates drinking. You think of rum. You don't think of gin. So a gin drink for a pirate, and it's called Green Isaac, which is pretty awesome because, green is, I don't know if you heard, green is kind of my thing. I had Carlos CJ Gonzalez last week, who's awesome. He's like way too good for my little half-hour podcast thing. But he's a great guy, and he was like, "Why aren't you wearing green?" Like he wore green just for me. I can also shout out Coyote Hole Cider. That's up here in Virginia. They got some really good ciders. I happen to be wearing that instead of Intox-Detox. Actually, I don't have anything Intox-Detox on but my bracelet, so which is rare. But I did bring back a green shirt for you guys. So there's that. Here's the toast. I also want to give the coupon code HHH50 is good for 50% off. Through, I think, Saturday is what we're doing. So you can go to the website. I had to limit, you can get certain products and not the bundles, because the bundles, like, I literally don't make money. Like I will lose money if I sell bundles at 50% off, because I'm already selling at ridiculous low prices. Look, I'm happy when somebody like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, whatever. Can't get fooled again, right? Whatever you say. But yeah, so I'm happy when people get good deals, but I got to shut it down, and I can't keep it going that way. So here's the toast, which I thought was very funny. And it's alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says, love your enemy. So that's a good one from good old old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra. So unfortunately, no longer with us, but his music always will be. So that's amazing. So cheers to that guy, that dude who had a pretty sweet life and knew a thing or two about drinks. Probably would have wished he had some Intox-Detox, but it is what it is. Intox-Detox was not a thing when he was alive. So what does my list say? I read my list. More chit chat. See where it goes. If it's going nowhere, start interviewing. That's usually what I do. So as it seems to be going kind of nowhere, I'm going to interview myself, which I thought would be kind of interesting. I can embarrass myself a lot more than I can embarrass anyone else. And Katie and ATN, who are going to come and be guests soon, are saying cheers. So I'm going to say cheers back. They're awesome. ATN's a home brewer. He's not just Katie's husband. He's a real person with his own mind and thoughts and brains, which he uses to make awesome beer. And Katie does real estate. So there's lots of things we can talk about there. I mean, we could probably go on forever. Also, they're just amazingly cool people that I really like. So I'm tearing up here. No. So anyway, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna interview myself. Okay. So here's the interview questions, because I'm such a professional interviewer. So Tell us a little bit about Intox-Detox. How you like that softball? I'm going to crush it out of the park. What is Intox-Detox? Well, most of you know, and I know. So what are we doing here? Let's just close out already. No, it's science-based hangover remedy stuff. I was in the supplement industry for a while, and I was learning about, different things and how they affect your body. When I was a college soccer player, I was too scrawny, so they made me bulk up, and look, it worked pretty well. I'm bulked up in all kinds of places. Good thing you can't see down here. But I started taking things like creatine and protein, and I learned all about supplements. And then I thought, hey, one of the biggest problems in my life is hangovers, because they suck. And I've always enjoyed a few drinks and probably a few too many drinks. And it's a shame that it took me until I was 33 to figure out how to make Intox-Detox. And I had a lot of help from a guy named Jeff Palmer, who's just a formulation genius. And I told him my theory, and he's like, you know what? I think this can work. And he went and found an herb, which is Japanese raisin, which is in all these products. And it basically speeds up your liver enzyme function so that you can, protect your liver. The faster you get the poisons out of your system, the better you're going to feel. How did I start it? I had no idea what I was doing. Entrepreneurship is scary as hell. I mean, it's still scary. I'll get into that in a second when I talk about some of my most embarrassing moments in life. But we'll get into the juicy stuff next. So hang in there if it's boring so far. But I just fell not ass backward, ass forward, I guess, because I was trying to do it and I didn't know how to do it. So I knew one person that owned a supplement company. That was Jeff Palmer. And so he advised me, and, not for free, I had to pay him some money, but everything costs money. If you want, it's one thing everyone needs to learn in life is if you have to pay for value. If you want value, that's why it just cracks me up when everybody wants everything for free. It's like, no, somebody creates value. You have to give value for value, whether that's money or bartering, whatever the system is that you're using. But so he came in, helped us do it. And we tried it out and we were like, damn, this stuff, it's actually, legit. It works well, the herb. And then his idea was to add cetriol-glutathione, which is cetriol-L-glutathione. I say that so fast, as if you guys know everything I know. But that's a master antioxidant in your body, and it protects your liver. They'll give it to you to prevent liver failure if you OD on extra strength pain medication. I'm not going to name any names. There's one particular OTC pain medication that's really bad for your liver. Works great for alleviating pain, but it's bad for your liver. So if you were to accidentally or on purpose take a whole bottle of that, then they would give you essentially L-glutathione intravenously, or N-acetylcysteine, the precursor to that antioxidant, and it would literally save your life. It will prevent liver failure. So we're not talking about a massive dose of poison. We're just talking about your run-of-the-mill normal dose of poison. Look at that Pina Colada mustache. I didn't think about that. Didn't think ahead on that. But just in acute poisoning, you had some drinks, you got drunk, you got hungover. That's an acute poisoning. So our oral glutathione works pretty damn well for that. Let's move along. When you were a little boy, did you want to be a hangover remedy guru? Hell no. If I had known how hard it was going to be, if I had known that people were going to call me a liar and an asshole and spit in my face at beer fests across America and tell me how stupid I am, I'm a snake oil salesman, all these things. I think when I was a kid, I wanted to be an oceanographer, or study sharks, or even just be a shark. Wouldn't that be great to be a shark? I mean, I think I would be a vegetarian shark. I don't think I could be tearing people limb from limb. It's not really my style. I could see myself like fish are dumb. I could rip up some fish, but I wouldn't be eating dolphins or people or, cute things, rabbits. No good. How often do you see great white sharks eating rabbits? Right. Not very often. Yeah, I think I wanted to be an oceanographer. And then I realized I wasn't nearly smart enough for that. And I really don't like the ocean all that much. So I was like, nah, screw that. Hangover remedies for me. The real truth is I studied liberal arts, which is your life path forward when you do that is pretty much only leads to here. Or, maybe homelessness, which that's another thing you get from liberal arts studies. You get really smart. You know a lot of things, like a lot of useless things. Like I am just a treasure trove of useless information. For example, like, stuff you can take to help with hangovers. But what was your worst hangover ever? I've had some really, really bad ones, but two stand out for me really big. And my buddy Donovan, who's usually watching, he was on the podcast the one time. He will remember we had a drinking competition. Always a bad idea, kids. Don't do that. Very bad. It was Cinco de Mayo. I want to say circa 2002. I'm that old. I was like 22, and we had Katie says one of the first classes she took was oceanography. Well, I wasn't given that option. For me, it was liberal arts or nothing. But no. So we had this Cinco de Mayo, and the girl I was dating at the time, her name is Casey Conroy, very sweet girl, and she went shot for shot with our buddy, a guy roommate. His name's Marshall. And I was like, I think Casey can take you. And she totally did. I mean, like everybody ended up getting just shit faced. So, we were shot for shot, and I went right with them because I'm just like, you know what? I'm in this. I put the money on Casey over Marshall. And I still think to this day that she kicked his butt. But that next day was one of the worst days of my life. This is 22. I'm 11 years before, creating Intox-Detox. So I didn't have anything but greasy cheeseburgers and pizza was the only hangover remedies I knew about, and drinking some Gatorade and water and stuff. But yeah, I literally fell out of my loft. It was funny. Me and Casey both fell out of the loft. Like I think she fell out first, and then I fell on top of her or something. And I was a big boy at that time, probably pushing like 230. So neither one of us woke up. That's how crazy, intoxicated and hungover we were. But I was Katie says psychology major. I could see that. Yeah. I could see that in you, and it definitely, I think that makes you a smart person. You know how to deal with people. I was a philosophy and French major, double major, double worthless. I still remember a lot of French. I'm very shy about speaking it. So, and I definitely don't really want a career in speaking French. I can definitely write way better than I can speak. And I'm just shy. I feel bad. Like French people are going to be mad at me if I misconjugate my simple past participle, whatever bullshit. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic, but the Cinco de Mayo, one of the worst hangovers ever. And then there was a time in Ireland when I was 28, and 28, as I tell many people, is the age when I think you truly shit hits the fan, it goes off the rails, and hangovers just get so much worse. But maybe it's just this one story that is the reason that I think that. But we happened to be in Ireland, and we were drinking. Me and my sister stayed up all night, and we were drinking hot whiskey, which I had never had before. It's like a hot toddy, but they call it hot whiskey. So there we are with our cousins in Ireland. We have a few cousins that are approximately our age, a few years younger, but ton of cousins. My mom's father had 10 brothers and sisters, 11 of them total. So yeah, that's that Irish Catholic thing I was talking with Claire, American Blonde Ale from Instagram. We had her on. She's actually named after County Clare. But my Irish family is from near Shannon in Limerick, small town called Bruff, and B-R-U-F. So not B-R-O-U-G-H like people might think, but B-R-U-F, Bruff. I don't know how old that is or where it comes from, but man, that's probably some kind of old English Viking ass shit. I don't know. But Bruff is where we were with the hot whiskeys, and our little cousin, 11 years old, she's making everybody the hot whiskey. She didn't drink any, which I was like, oh, that's cool. Because everybody, there's a stereotype. We're all Irish. Irish are all drunks. She doesn't really drink that much, or she didn't at that tender age. Her brothers and sisters that were more around 16 to 18, they were crushing drinks, and the cousins that were our age. So the next day, we stayed up until probably like 6, 7 a.m. drinking hot whiskeys. I think we killed a whole bottle of Jameson between like 5 or 6 of us, which at the time, what to me was an accomplished drinking sesh. The next morning, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take a walk to Loch Gur," which is like Loch Gur is like it's like a lake, I guess. It's a lake kind of area. A loch is a lake. So we go on this long walk, and there's this lady. She's like, she's giving us the history of all the things. It was the most miserable walk of my life. I probably got like 2 hours of sleep, and I just could not deal. So we got to this area that was like this rock circle, and it was like Stonehenge, only like someone did a really shitty job. Like they didn't stack them right. They just put them in a circle. They gave up. They didn't have the right tools, or they didn't know what the Egyptians knew or whatever. So it's a circle of rocks, and there's one big rock. They were like, this is the energy rock. If you need some energy, go lean up against it. So I was literally just like making out with this rock. I was like trying to get the energy, but it was bullshit. Didn't work. I'll tell you what, as a placebo, it didn't even work. Like Intox-Detox crushes energy rocks when it comes to hangover remedy stuff. So those were my 2 worst hangovers ever, and definitely inspirational for leading to this moment. I was going to ask myself about the craziest Intox-Detox story on the road, and I don't even know if I can tell some of my stories. I mean, they're just, you might change the way you think about me, but there's not all that many people watching at this moment. So I can tell you this, I've made some poor decisions in life, and definitely a couple times on the road. We've done everything from NASCAR and beer pong, World Series of beer pong, and crazy, massive amounts of beer fest, bourbon fest. The bourbon fest, yeah, that was probably some of my crazier times. I had an ECRM, which is a meeting with buyers from like stores like Walmart and different stores you want to get your products into. Had a meeting. This is like really my first time out on the road with Intox-Detox. And, I'm like middle of the night, we're running around the hotel lobby, and I got a whole bottle of bourbon. I'm like, where did I even get this bottle of bourbon? Like I just had a bottle, and like passing it around with people, meeting all these cool people, having a good time. And and one of the ladies pulled me aside. It was really good advice, actually. She's like, if you want to do well in this industry, you're going to have to tone it down, turn it down. Like, don't every time act like you're, like it's freaking New Year's Eve every day. So I've been trying to take that advice. I think I do a lot better these days than then. But there was another crazy story where I was hanging out with some people in a hotel room in New Orleans. I got locked out of the room on accident, and I couldn't remember the number of the room. So I'm like wandering around, and we had been like on the rooftop, had like a pool and a hot tub, and we had been up there. So I'm like, I've got nothing on but like my bathing suit, no shirt. I'm just walking around barefoot, and I'm like knocking on doors randomly, hoping that I got the right one. Eventually the security came, and they were like suggested that maybe I should leave, and they wouldn't help me find my friends. And they didn't believe me that I had friends. They just thought I was some random guy like wandering around with no shirt on in a very, very upper class hotel. I was not staying at this hotel, mind you. So yeah, they don't take kindly to just random dudes with no shirt on wandering around. So I was cordially invited to leave, an invitation that I accepted. So I actually had to reconnect with the people the next day and get my stuff back. So that was pretty crazy. Probably one of the crazier things that I've ever done in my life was getting kicked out of that hotel room. But I was going to talk about some things that were like my most disastrous relationship in life, because that is one of the most embarrassing things in my personal life. I dated this stripper when I was in my 20s. It was like the worst time of my life. I mean, it's really difficult to deal with that. It's like, they come home at like 5 a.m, smelling of cigarettes and booze and broken dreams. That's a cliche, but it's freaking true. And yeah, I'm glad that one didn't last very long. And a lot of my friends and family were like, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. She's hot. Like, what do you want me to do? So anyway, it's not enough to be hot. You gotta find like the Katies of the world. You gotta have the looks and the brains, and preferably not take your clothes off for money. Those are my new standards. So I was also going to talk just about some of the most embarrassing things I've ever done just in life. And, I've done a lot of embarrassing things, but I had the one time that I had quite a few drinks. This is probably one of the most embarrassing things I've done. And it involves a lot of people that we know down in Florida and Port St. Lucie. I was at the Vine and Barley, and I was sitting in the bar stool, right? And I'm having some beers, and I had a few, and it's that point where you go to stand up and it like all hits you at once. So I kind of went to stand up and just kind of, I think I might have caught my leg on, I don't know. I can blame it on whatever I want. I can make excuses, but I literally just big tree fall hard, like timber fell backward in a bar stool, and everybody was just, of course, it's like all people I know, and they're just like, and anybody that didn't know me was like, oh my God, is that guy all right? And everybody else is like, that's just Andy. Like, he's fine. Don't worry about him. He's just made out of steel and beer and whiskey. That's pretty much, he doesn't break. Don't worry about him. So yeah, super embarrassing. Had to apologize a couple of times to some people. Just, not my best moment in life. But hey, gravity is real. And I proved that shit one more time by falling out of a bar stool. So the next thing I have for you is I've got some sobering facts. Looked up some sobering facts I thought I would share. And I think they're all about sex, because I've learned that the sex ones are the ones that do really well. So I also like the alcohol ones, but I'm sticking to sex today. Okay. So go on this little adventure with me. So the fear of having, seeing, or thinking about an erection is called ithithalophobia. Fear of having an erection. That is weird. I mean, I guess like when you're a teenager, you're like embarrassed, like in gym class or something. But like seeing one or thinking about an erection. Oh my God, I just thought about an erection. Like, I'm terrified. No, that's just bizarre. Ithithalophobia. Second sobering fact. Upper Paleolithic art dating back 30,000 years. Now, Etienne would like this because I think he does like engineering stuff, if I'm correct, which makes him like a million times smarter than me. But who's counting, right? I fall out of bar stools real good, get lost in hotel rooms, my shirt off, half naked. So dating back 30,000 years, Paleolithic art depicts people using dildos to pleasure themselves and others. That means mankind invented sex toys long before the wheel. And it's all about sex, isn't it? I mean, who cares if you can't build pyramids or cars or anything with wheels on it? It's just all about those, it's all about the orgasm, all about the big O, The third one, according to the Kinsey Institute, the average speed of sperm during ejaculation is 28 miles per hour. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, like, I believe that's faster than any man has ever run, number one. And I wonder if, like, if you did that, well, I guess you shouldn't be ejaculating in broad daylight out in public. Yes, a dildo is a cylinder. That is true, Etienne. I think it would be weird if it was shaped like a wheel. I don't think the point was that they had the idea in that format, but they didn't convert it to putting it on a horse cart. I think to me, it's just fascinating that, like, priorities, right? I mean, they're like, who cares about wheels and motion? We're just dildoing ourselves all day long. Humanity, what are you going to do? 28 miles an hour, though. Sperm shoots out. It's like, can you get a speeding ticket for that? But the last one, which is also sperm related. So any of you out there with ithithalophobia, you're cringing right now in fear. But a teaspoon of semen contains 5 calories. Just a random fact. That's a little more than my drink, but this is far tastier, in my opinion. I wouldn't know, but I'm just saying, now I'm protesting too much. Now it seems like I do know, which I don't. But anyway, I think you can also get something like this from that kind of activity too. Also, random fact: sperm takes 1 hour to swim 7 inches. It was a long time to swim 7 inches. I guess they're teeny tiny though. They're probably they're winging it, right? Well, that's the ejaculation is 28 miles per hour. They're slow swimmers. That's why you gotta shoot them out fast. That's pretty much it. I mean, look, I made it 30 minutes. I mean, best show ever? Yes. It's all about me. Most interesting person I know. Anyway. So here's my last toast, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. And it is, first let me reiterate the HHH50. HHH, I'm gonna type it in. 50 for 50% off until Saturday. Cool. So check that out. Scoop up some deals. Oh, Katie, it's Pina Colada. It's Pina Colada. It's actually really good. It's got coconut milk, pineapple, frozen pineapple, rum. I like rum. Yeah, best show ever yet. I agree. I mean, you know, I was brutally honest about some things, and you know, it's not easy for me to do. But so the last toast is I just thought this was funny. It's kind of like a bigger picture thing. May we be who our dogs think we are. Let's let that ruminate with you. I'm gonna have another sippy here. And hey, thanks for watching, all 7 of you at different varying moments of the thing. But yeah, we are gonna have more super exciting people, way more exciting than me. And Jerry the Pirate, Monday, I'm getting my buddy on who's a amateur musician. So he's good enough to be a pro. He should be making that money, and I'm sure he will be. But Barrett Turner, he's gonna come on, probably play some music. I got my buddy Glenn, who's a stand-up comedian. He's gonna come on and do some stand-up and make me feel bad that I've been wanting to do open mic and I never have because I'm too afraid. But obviously, I'm clearly not that funny. All my jokes are about like bestiality and stuff. I don't know if there's an audience for my comedy. And also, I think that in a cancel culture world, like I would be canceled immediately. So got some cool people coming up and some other surprise people. So stay tuned for the next thing. Cheers to everybody. Remember, may we be who our dogs think we are. HHH 50% off. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.